So this is Darci's Corner. It's February 25th, 2024. And the lighting's not great because it's 10:30 at night. Just about 10:30. I just got back from Red Deer. I drove all the way down there because my friend's son was in the hospital there and she was all by herself. And I felt really guilty that I didn't go down there sooner because I knew that he was in the hospital. And I knew that she was there. I didn't know how bad it was, and I didn't know she was by herself. Because initially, when I found out about it, it was earlier this morning anyway. While I was at church, so that was around 10 o'clock a.m. when I found out that she was in a hospital, but she was at a different hospital then than the one she ended up being at more recently. And I didn't ask a whole bunch of questions um, because I wasn't sure if I should be nosy or not. Like, I didn't want to appear like I was judging or like I was probing. And I just knew that he was in the hospital and she was there with him. Um, and that was all I knew. And then she sent me some pictures of him, and I know that sometimes her adult children um, do things they shouldn't and get in fights and things. And so I just kind of thought he was in a real serious fight. I still don't have all the details on what happened. Um, but I'm not trying to be nosy. I'm not trying to be judgy, and I'm not trying to. I have a lot of my own problems right now, so I've been in my own head a lot today. So, like, I found out around 10 that when I was at church, but then suddenly, like, I've had diarrhea the last couple of days off and on. And that kind of hit me while I was at church. I'm like, I'm going to go home now because I want to go deal with that at home rather than deal with it at the church. Because, it's not very pleasant. And so I sent her a text on the messenger after I got home, just saying how you doing and hope things are okay. And I think that was when she sent me the pictures of him, and I seen that he was like really beat up. I'm like, wow, that sucks. Um, but I didn't focus a whole lot on it. I texted or whatever on my tablet, which you know, this is the tablet here I was playing with at the time, and I just kind of threw it on my stand because I had to use the bathroom real quick. I don't know. I could have taken it with me, I guess, but I didn't. And then I came back out and I kind of forgot about it because, out of sight, out of mind. And I just kind of lay on my couch and I was feeling a little sorry for myself because I'm going through some rough times right now emotionally. Um, but anyway, so I was all in my inner monologue and I was just laying here on the couch I'm on, just trying to sort things out and trying not to feel sorry for myself and looking for the silver linings in my path forward in life, not really thinking about her. But then later, I'm just like sending her some texts. So, like, is he out now? Is he okay? What's going on? And because earlier she was in Stettler, and then this one she says, "Oh, I'm in Red Deer now." I said, "Oh, okay." And then she's talking about like how things are, not good. And then I'm like, "Well, your guy's there with you, right?" And then there's a long pause. I'm like, "Is anybody there with you?" And then she sent me a text, "I'm here all by myself." And suddenly I'm like, I've been laying here on this couch for hours, just like in my own head, trying to deal with my own mental health problems. And I'm like, you've been there by yourself this whole time dealing with this? And like, it was a serious thing that happened. And I still don't have the details, but I just know that it was very serious. And she's trying to be strong for, her son who is in very serious medical condition right now. I'm going, I left you there. I knew you were in pain. I knew something had gone wrong, but I didn't ask a bunch of questions for my own reasons. But I should have asked some questions, more questions. And I should have got in my car right away and went down to wherever you were, whether it's Stettler or Red Deer. They're, relatively speaking, from where I'm living, same driving distance. And I could have gone to either one to be there with her so that she wasn't by herself, trying to hold it together. And I didn't do that. And by the time I did do that, like it was 6:30 when I'm talking to her, and she's like, "Oh well, just wait." And I'm like, "Well, no, but I can be there in like an hour and a half." And normally I would be there in an hour and a half, but the roads are crap, so it took me a little longer than that to get there. But so now I'm in go mode, and I'm feeling really guilty because wasn't in go mode before, and I should have been there for her more. So I get in the car and I go put some gas in it, which is a good thing. And I drive all the way down to Red Deer. I'm like, okay, I'm here in what the hospital where you guys at? And as I'm looking at the messages, like an hour prior to that, she sent me a message saying we're leaving, we're gonna head home, and we'll come back and see the doctor tomorrow and whatever, and we're gonna be okay. But I didn't look at that message because I was driving. And I didn't pull over to check my messages while I was driving, and I should have. So I just wasted 3 hours and like a half a tank of gas driving to a city that she wasn't in to comfort her, and she didn't even need it. And I'm just sorry that I didn't get my button gear and go and do that as soon as she told me that, her kid was in the hospital and she was down there dealing with it. But she has a guy, and I assumed wrongly that he was down there with her. He's not a bad guy. She probably told him, "You stay home and I'm going to go deal with this." That's probably what happened. So he stayed home. She told me to stay home, but that was at like 6:20 when I was already feeling really guilty for leaving her there the whole day by herself. And I should have listened. I should have stayed home. My regret is not that I went down there. It's that I went down there too late for it to matter. A day late and a dollar short is unfortunately my pattern. But the important thing is that he's alive, and she's alive. Of course, she wasn't in the incident. I don't know if he got in a fight or if he got in a car wreck or what happened, but whatever it was very serious. Anyway, so Darci's life right now is a roller coaster, as it always is, and it's just more and more and more. It's on a downward spiral to nowhere. I had a very rough incident happen over the weekend for me that I didn't anticipate. I didn't see that coming, and I'm still kind of upset about it, to be honest with you. And I might complain about that or highlight some of it in another reel. But everybody's dealing with something, and I know that people have been there for me, and I'm really sorry that I wasn't there for her, other than a blip on a screen, you know. When these things happen, we always blame ourselves, right? Why didn't I do better? Why didn't I try harder? Why wasn't I a better mom or sister or son or husband or whatever? There is no why. Bad things sometimes happen, and we just have to do the best we can with what's in front of us and make the best choices we can with the knowledge we have at the time. and we can't hate ourselves. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off now, but send out love. And just remember, you are enough. Darci's Corner. Peace.